So in module 2, we're going to build on obviously what we've been learning so far, but we're going to start to look at what happens when things get a little bit messier. So 2 things can happen. So I could be in a situation where if you ever look at what actually happens with physical situations, they start out with strikes. And so if the strikes get landed or you escape, great. But oftentimes what you see is once guys engage, it turns into a kind of a messy kind of, just do that again, a messy kind of struggle. And often what happens with guys is that the fight ends up becoming an attempt for the headlock. And when they get them into the headlock, they're going to pump them. They're going to pump them or drag them or choke them and smash them. So that's a very, very common attack. So that's what we're going to deal with now. So headlocks are pretty nasty. The main reason the headlock is so nasty is you get caught. His arm is cut, maybe in here. His kind of forearm could be cutting off the blood and air supply, the carotid artery here, putting off the blood and air supply here. You expose your face, and now punches start smashing in, and you literally can't move back. You can't move back, and you're just trapped, and you're literally just being pummeled. So headlocks are very serious. So if a headlock comes on, we're gonna take them off very quickly again. So we'll do that again, you all right?
Yeah.
So we don't like headlocks. When headlocks come on, we're going into the groin, and we're gonna grab them off us. Okay? Groin, nose and eyes, rip back. Oftentimes they'll go, if he doesn't go, drive. And then he'll go. And then you move hands up, looking for the mate. Okay, so everybody, face the mirror with me. Here's the analogy. We swim out of a headlock. So first of all, step, turn your head in. Now let me ask you a question. If you're swimming, why are you turning your head? To breathe. If a guy's choking you out, you can't breathe. Not being able to breathe causes panic. That stops you being able to act, right? So turn in. Now, the first thing, open hand, fairway hand is coming in, open hand strike like a stroke into the groin, open hand slap hard into the groin. Now the next one comes in by your head like a tight swim stroke, comes through. Now you're gonna reach back and anchor back onto the nose and the eyes and rip back with your body. If he's still standing, strike him until he drops, and then move away, look for his buddy, and exit. Okay, so all you're going to do for the first moment is when the headlock comes in, emphasize the turning in. You can check out his deodorant. Okay, that's just all you're going to know. The other thing, why this is so important, a mistake that people often make is they pull back. But look what happens when you pull back. You get trapped in his hook. You pull him back and you're actually now giving him the momentum to hit you. So we want to play a bit cute. So as the thing comes on, the headlock comes on, we turn in. That's all you're going to do. Let's go. Okay, go. Just remember, guys, listen to me. Some of you are going to want to go for the strike. Just do the turn in. Okay, right, so now we're going to practice. Turn in, strike. You want a groin guard? Yeah. Excellent. So the turn in, strike. Check your partner's wearing a groin guard before you go too full force, right? So let's go. Turn in and strike. Go. So now we're going to go to the next move. So now it's turn in, strike. Now the hand comes in, nose and eyes. Now look what we want. We want to slap onto the face because the slap itself is an attack. We want to anchor on the nose and the eyes, and then we pull back. We've got leverage underneath the nose and our fingers into the eyes, and we're wrenching them back. So let's go again. Turn in, slap onto the nose and the eyes. Get a good leverage there. Pull back. Let's go that far for the moment. Go. Okay, so now we're going to turn in, attack the groin, nose and eyes, and pull back. Sometimes they'll go. If they're not, we're going to attack. Now, I want to be very serious here for a second. I recommend that you literally just strike with open hand strikes here or continue to strike to the groin. Some people teach a punch here and teach a punch to the throat. Can anyone tell me why I don't recommend that?
To kill them.
Yes, if you're actually going to kill someone, that is the intent behind that move. Now, personally, I don't give a damn what's going on. I really don't want to live my life having killed someone. I really would don't want to have that in my life. I don't want to have that in my life. So there's no need for in this moment to do that. Like to me, about a bit macho, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. You're going to have to deal with the legal consequences. It doesn't matter if you're right. You're still going to have to explain why you were right. You're going to have to explain why you execute a move that has only one really outcome, which is to kill. Okay, so we don't want to do that, and we certainly don't want to train that into our instinctive responses. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn in. This is pretty nice. We're up to the eyes back, and we're going to drive them off. Let's drive them off with open hand strikes. If they come back away, you can use both of your hand strikes like we've already done. Now we're going to move away, and we're going to look, find an exit, and take it. Okay, so let's go. We're going to do the full move now, and remember the technique includes the exit, the pullback, the scanning your environment, and the picking your exit. Okay, let's go. Remember emphasizing nose and eyes. So let's look at a big mistake that gets made. Let's look at a mistake that gets made. Chenzi, please. A mistake that often gets made that we want to just make sure we don't make is people come in and they grab the jawline. Two things happen. A, you can run a real risk of being bitten. But the second thing is Chenzi just tenses his neck muscles. Like I try to pull back, it's not going. But look what happens when I take his nose. Okay, all right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice this moving around the partner, going on both sides of the headlock now. You cannot rely on being attacked by a right-handed mugger. Okay, you've got to go with your left. You got to go with your right. You got to try on both sides. So the partner doesn't know which side is coming now. Again, at the moment, we're going relatively easy. So what you have to do is a fight by definition is a struggle. So it's quite mythical. People have a myth that they think everything is going to be clean. We all have a fantasy response. So what can often happen is you might do the headlock quite well. You might have done it, I'm doing, and as you go to escape, the next minute he reaches in and he's grabbing onto you. And now you're in another move, a different technique. This is a part of our training. We'll be building up at this. So now what we're going to do is just isolate a new technique. And what we do is we tend to learn a technique in isolation, then we integrate it into movement. And as we learn every module, we learn each technique, so we blend them all in together so that you're operating from instinct. But the first thing we're going to do is then we're going to look at a scenario where we've been grabbed like so, where we've been grabbed with a bear hug. Now again, I don't think many people are going to walk down the street and mug you and go, hey, I'm a mugger, and give you a big bear hug. But what you can do is in the struggle, in the escape, in the moment of combat, end up in that position. Okay, so I don't think this is a classic mugger's position, but it can happen in the struggle. Okay, so what's happening is he's coming in. Now what we want to do here is we want to go on the attack again, because this guy could be trying to lift you, could be trying to drag you. So as he comes in, he goes, I'm going to go ears, eyes, nose. Okay, so back up again. So what's going to happen as he comes on here, my hands are free. So what I'm actually going to do is take both of my hands and bam onto his ears. And then I'm going to take my thumbs and right down into his eyes. And I'm going to use driving the eyes back from here. I'm going to then take my hand up and I'm going to make a hammer. And then I'm going to smash down, and smash down. And as he backs away, I'm going to go back to my pumping palms until he goes away. So let's look at this again. The grab comes on. Ears, eyes, nose, boom, boom. Look and escape. All right, what I want you to do is relax your hands for a second. Now hit yourself in the back of the head with that. Now what you'll do is you'll feel that's quite soft. Now I want you to make your hand and then cup your hand as if you're drinking water out of a fountain. You're drinking water out of a fountain, cup that hand. Now hit yourself in the back of the head with your cupped hand. What does that feel like? Feels a lot harder, yeah? Feels a lot more like a useful weapon. So we're going to cup our hand. So the grab comes on and we're going to go. Let's go. Ears. We're going to call this out because it helps us remember, okay? We're going to go ears. Then we're going to take our thumbs, eyes. We're going to go back. We're going to make a hammer. We're going to go nose. Okay, so let's go again. Let's go. Ears, eyes, nose. And then we're going to blast. Put the whole thing together. Put the whole thing together. So let's go. Ears, eyes, nose, blast. Okay, good stuff. First move is the veal move. Mistake that people make is the grab comes, oh no, please don't hurt me. And they go again, they don't go on the attack. They basically just are struggling, and this is what this guy wants. But look at these lovely ears. Look at this, look at that lovely face. Look at that, get my thumbs in here. I'm fucking smashing here, get my thumbs in there, I smash in there. Right, you know, it's all there for me. He's giving it to me. So grab comes on, ears, eyes, nose. Okay, so first thing you're gonna do with a partner, the only move you're gonna do is grab comes on, ears. And again, I can only emphasize this too much. When people sometimes focus too much on trying to do the complete technique, you have to drill yourself into your trigger move. The first move is the trigger move. Ears. Grab comes out, ears. That's what we're really training, because the way we teach this course, the way we train you, once you get into the first move, it flows from there. So focus on your trigger move. Your trigger move is attack the ears. Okay, let's go. Just the ears, go. Okay, now you see it's easy. With most people, most people's eyes are in line with their ears. Some people are a bit strange, but most people. So we're going to go ears, and then all I have to do is use my sense of touch. Slap onto the head, boom, and now I'm just gotta, I got my thumb. Now this is very important, I'm gonna drive down, not back, down. Okay, so let's do ears and eyes, go. Ears and eyes. Now we're gonna continue, so then the grab comes on, ears, eyes, back and down. Now we come back up and we make a hand, and we aren't making it look like we're making a fist, but we're going to hit with the hammer. The hammer fist, okay? So we're gonna come in, ears, eyes, hammer. Then as he breaks away, we pump our palms and we escape. So let's go, ears, eyes, nose, and then move to palm strikes, then escape, look for an exit, take it. So some people can think this is too aggressive. So yeah, it's all down to the context. So if this is somebody, if your brother is arguing with you about what you're watching, what sport you're watching on television, this might be a little bit too aggressive. If you're in a laneway going home on your own and somebody approaches you, two guys approach you, then it's probably appropriate. So what's important to establish context. But what I'm going to say to you is an awful lot of stabbings, deaths, rape, all start with grabs. They start with headlocks. They start with someone just holding on to you. And if you don't know this person, remember we had our hands up. They've either caught us by surprise, or they'd come through our no and our hands up. If that happens, you've got to really react to your own defense. And this is something I have to let you in on. You know, we say self-defense, but really self-defense is part of the overall concept. So self-defense is a concept that starts with awareness, hands up. But when we chunk it down, when we fight, we have to be offensive. We have to be the attacker. We have to become the attacker. Our job is to basically deter these guys. We try to deter them with our voice. We try to deter them with our body language. Now we must cause as much fear and as much harm, as much damage on them so they no longer want to engage with us and allow us escape. And if you can't cause fear and damage, if all you do is delay the whole thing, that can work in your favor as well. Because this person's job might be to grab you and drag you into a car. This person's job might be to grab you while someone else can get you or get you in a laneway, okay? So this is offensive, but this is offensive in the context of, this has either happened two ways. You've either had your hands up and said, leave me alone, or you've been attacked by blindside. And in both situations, all I can tell you in years and years and years of training, you can try and do some sort of fancy move, but I'm telling you, this is what works. And I'm sure there's other people out there who have things that work, but this is what I know that works and what I've seen work over and over and over and over again. Okay, so this is aggressive, but this is designed to attack your attacker on a number of levels. It's attacking them physically, of course, but it's also attacking them psychologically. So that you are dealing with, they are now realizing this is not the victim I thought. This person is going to hurt me. This person is going to get me caught. This person is going to damage me. Okay, we have a scenario now where it's all very well when I'm saying stand there ready for a headlock. And then you know a headlock is coming, that's easy. But in the real world, when are you going to know you're in a headlock? When you're in a headlock, okay. So what's going to happen now, your partner is going to circle you and they're either going to put a headlock on or they're going to put the grab in the front on. Or they're going to put a headlock on either side. So they're just going to circle. Again, we're not being too aggressive at the moment. We're just putting the moves on from different angles, just moving around, do it about 5 times each. Now, this is simple when you just have 2 moves, but over as module by module, this is going to become a very fun drill, okay, as we layer stuff in, okay? Okay, let's go. Working both of them, okay? All right, this time when you're waiting for your partner to attack you, you're going to have your eyes closed. Chenzi is moving around. Chenzi's putting the technique on. When the technique on, Stephen opens his eyes, goes on the attack, and takes him out. Okay, so a little bit faster that time. So the guy's got his eyes closed. Chenzi's coming in, eyes open, and on the attack. Okay, go. So that's how we start to integrate attacks. Now, what I want to do is, I'm going to finish this module on an aggression drill. It's always good to build up an aggression. So I want you to grab a focus mitt with a partner. Go. So here's what's going to happen. Remember we did this at the last module? Remember every skill counts just because you did in the last module. You need to bring it forward all the time. So what you're going to do is with your partner, you're going to hide the pad. You're going to hide the pad. You're going to move towards your partner. And then you're going to present that pad. And when that pad gets presented, you're going to attack it 5 or 6 times. Okay? Okay, this time, what I want you to do is your partner's going to hold the pad and making sure you get an eye on your partner, keep an eye on your partner, know who they are, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell your partner, I'm going to tell you to close your eyes, and then I'm going to tell your partner to move somewhere else in the room. And when I say go, you have to open your eyes, and I'm saying sprint to them. Find your partner and sprint to them. And when you get to them, they're going to hold that pad up and you are just going to pump that pad. And you're going to pump it until I tell you to stop. Does everybody understand the drill? Yes. Okay, do you understand the drill? Yes. Okay, get ready. Close your eyes. Partners move. Go! Go! Fast! Go! 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 Faster! Close your eyes again. Move! 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 Go! 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 Fast! Fast! Go! 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 Faster! Move! Move! Go! 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 Let me just bring it back. Key ideas we learned. John, key ideas we learned is that fights get messy. Yeah, you might have your hands up, you might do your strike, but they often turn into a scuffle. A common attack is the headlock. So against the headlock, we come in, we turn in, and we go on the attack. The other thing that can happen, even in that, you can get grabbed in the front and get pinned. So basically, we're going to go on the attack to the ears and the eyes and the nose, and we're going to blast them off us, okay? And another big idea we have is, when it comes to combat, we become the attacker. We don't do victims. Our job is to attack the attacker, and we attack them physically and psychologically. And our job is to inflict as much fear, damage, and harm on them so they do not want to be near us. And our worst case scenario is we delay everything. And time and delay works to our benefit. Okay, well done and finish module 2. See you next time.